Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a very popular video that has been requested so much. It's crazy. But today I'm going to do my, version of how I would do my mascara for thick voluminous lashes. Everyone always asks. Keep in mind that there's different ways of doing your mascara using these same products. Sometimes, it'll look fantastic and you're like, oh my god, my mascara looks so great. And on other occasions, you're just going to be like, oh, F this, like, I'm done with this. It depends on you and how much effort you put in to see how good of a result you get. Most of the time when people do their mascara, they assume, like, okay, this is a really popular mascara, I'm going to go ahead and use it and then see what happens, and I'm just going to use that mascara. I get the idea when I see a mascara, I think, great, this one lengthens. Now I need to pair it up with one that's going to give me the volume or something else. I like to layer mascara. I like to use multiples because I feel like they always give very different kind of outcomes when you use different ones together. Just be careful what you do. Your lashes are very sensitive. Again, it's around the eyes. Gotta be careful. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and stay tuned if you want to know how I get these crazy lashes. So yeah. Also, don't judge. If you don't like my thickness of my lashes or how I do them, if you think they're clumpy, spidery, whatever, I don't care. Okay? This is how I do my mascara. I'm okay with it like this. I prefer it to be this way. I understand that sometimes, it may come off as clumpy, come off as like a little too much, but it's your preference. I don't think these are that clumpy. They're pretty good for me. I really just don't like the spidery lashes where it's just like four sticking out like that. But yeah, and if you look at how they extend when I turn my head, they're long. Okay, bye. Alright, so the first thing I kind of do before I do my mascara is I put on my eyeshadow. Now today what I wanted to show you just before I actually do the mascara is how I make my eyes look a little bit more like the eyeliner is a little bit thicker when I'm not really wearing much eyeshadow. You can see that I'm not really wearing anything on my eyes. All I do is take a brush like this, which I actually use for my eyebrows most of the time, and I take this and I put the same powder I use for my actual eyebrows, which is this color, and I take it and I start from the corner and I start brushing inwards towards the middle of my eye. And this way I have this whole little elongating technique. I'm sure a lot of you can kind of recognize this as basically the cat eye, you know what I mean? You take from the side, you move it over, but don't go past the center. I also like to just take a little bit of this powder and line along the bottom lash line. So the first thing I'm going to make sure that you guys, have is definitely, your eyelashes cleaned, no mascara, nothing, because you know what, a lot of people don't realize this, but if you already have your mascara on from the night before, even though it makes it look like your lashes look like, really nice and whatever from the last night, and then you want to put more on, you think that's going to give you more volume, that's the wrong thing to do. You want to start with clean lashes, nothing on them, and you want to make sure that when you put your mascara on, they're curled as much as possible. A lot of people think that if they put on the mascara and then curl the lashes afterwards, it will give them more volume. This is true, but you're still going to have to, you're going to have breakage, you're going to have, your lashes are just going to get damaged, and you really don't want to do anything bad for your lashes. So this is my eyelash curler that I use 24/7. I don't really like any other ones. I've tried Sally Hansen, I've tried high-end ones. This one's my favorite, and it's from e.l.f. It's $1. And these replacement things on the inside cost $1 for, I believe, 5 of them. What I do is I put it first like this onto my eyelid, and you can see where your lashes are. So then I lift my eyebrow up. This gives me a chance to get really into those roots there of the lashes. So I go like this. I go as close to the lash line as possible. I look up, and then I squeeze and kind of a couple of times pump it. Let it go, and you can see how much that already did. Now my lashes don't naturally curl nicely. I don't really have that many lashes. You could see it's just like any other ordinary person, but it really depends on how you start the curl in the beginning. Then I like to curl a second time. And then there you go, like you already have something there. So now the first mascara, people always think you need volume at the roots. I am the complete opposite. I believe you need length first because you can always add volume, but you can never really add length. So I'm going to start with a mascara that's going to give me the length that I need and the separation that I want. Now this mascara is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Length, and a lot of people don't really like this mascara because they don't know how to use it. So it's a really thin brush like this, and it has those little, you know, separation things that really help separate the lashes. So this is what I do. I start off at the very roots and then I kind of wiggle it. Oops, got it on my eye. See, this is what happens when you're doing it in front of a camera and not in front of a mirror. Really wiggle it and then lift. Let me go ahead and get a Q-tip. Here's a great little tip while I'm doing the mascara. A lot of people assume that you have to use matte, like makeup remover and stuff to remove you know, anything that really gets on your eye that's mascara, but you actually just take a clean Q-tip, no water, nothing, and you just wipe it away. Alright, so learn my lesson. Now we're going to take a mirror in my hands. And I like to look down into the mirror and then kind of just, and once I separate the roots, I kind of just start growing the lashes in length. So you can see the difference already. Let me just go ahead and, oops. You really want to make sure you clean off the tip at the very edge because that's usually what messes you up. Alright, so I'm just going to keep going. And I really love this mascara. It's really what gives me that length that I want, separation. Sometimes I just use this on its own because it gives me a really nice look. Alright, so now that we have the entire, like, you know, length going here, I like to go in with something that I can elongate the edge of my lashes with, and I use the Maybelline Great Lash, Lots of Lashes. And this is made so that it has like a nice brush that can really reach, you know, the corners. So I just kind of start working on just the edge. And this is the only place where I apply this mascara. I put it on the side so it gives thickness and length just to the edges. And then aside from that, that's like, you know, the addition to the length. It's not necessarily the volumizing part. It's my CoverGirl one, and just kind of brush through it just to separate it again. You know, you really, this brush is what I do if like I ever feel like, oh, these are clumpy, and start kind of just brushing this together, and it gives me a better, you know, look. Now I don't really like the clumpy lashes that are like spidery. I really like it when it's full and like, yeah, kind of dark and intense, but by using brushes that are very, very thin, like separate very nicely, you create that full effect that, you know, is really, really what I'm looking for. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use, you know, volumizing mascara to just add a little bit more volume to my lashes. Alright, so what I'm going to use now is the L'Oreal Collagen Infused Mascara. I actually just already put it on. I didn't realize that my camera wasn't on. But you just brush it through really gently, not going in all the way to the roots, but trying to just kind of add the volume. Alright, and then the last step I usually do is I use the Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara, and I use this one for, you know, length purposes, but most of the time it's because it's super duper dark, and this is what I'm looking for in the color of my lashes. It just gives me the effect that I want, and it adds the deep and dark colors that I am, like, you know, really looking for. I never wear really, you know, brown mascara. I'm always looking for, you know, the darkness that is this. And you know, right after I finish the top lashes or feel like they need to dry a little bit, what I do is I start doing the bottom ones. And for the bottom lashes, it's a little bit more complicated because you really don't want it to get onto the bottom part of your eye, but you really want the darkness. So what I do, let me like lower you a little bit, is I look down into my mirror, I open my eyes, and I start kind of just brushing it, but like I kind of like wiggle it and press it into my lashes. I don't actually like brush it. I kind of just, you know, press, wiggle, and then on the inner part I just kind of like touch it. I don't even bother to like, you know, really go in and make that definition, because you can see the difference here. We just don't want that layery, clumpy effect and like, you know, the crazy lashes on the bottom. You just want a little bit of a definition, and that's about it. At least that's what I usually do with bottom lashes, and I don't ever take it to a point where my lashes are actually looking spidery on the bottom and like, you know, long and just moving around. I like it to be just like a smokiness, kind of like an effect of a color, but that's about it. So like this is about as much as I would go. I might like touch the ends a little bit just to kind of elongate them a little, but I wouldn't actually do anything else to them. Oh my god, my sisters sound like they're like trying to like kill somebody outside. Alright, and then once your lashes are dry on the top, you can just go ahead and put on that, you know, Lash Blast. Not Lash Blast, what am I saying? The Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara on one more time. And this usually is how I finish my lashes. These are like my dramatic lashes, especially, you know, when I'm just doing anything. I really just prefer, you know, long lashes, but you guys always ask about voluminous, you know, long lashes, so this is what I'm going to show you. It really just makes the entire look for anything you're doing. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, you could totally go longer with this, depending on, you know, how long you put on that yellow mascara from Lash Blast Length, because that one is really something that just, if you put it on a couple of more minutes into it, it's going to elongate it even more, and then, you know, you can build up the thickness later. So, you know, lengthen, then thicken up. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this. It's been a really requested video. I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.